I'm like typing, and then on the left side, my hands are in those photos. I know. So yeah, that was the graphic that was made from all those photos. Anyways, I don't remember like word for word the questions he asked, but they were all revolved around like technology or music or art or something. I was so shocked. I think I was watching a soccer game when it happened, but I opened the agreement and I was like, oh my gosh, I got the job. Hang on, why is there a tiny little Apple logo on the corner of this page? Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the story time of how I got to model for Apple. What you just saw were some clips taken out of the part 1 to this video, where I talked about the auditioning process and how that went, and then my reaction when I got the news and all that stuff. But in this video, I'm gonna finish up the story time and talk about what it was actually like being on set and also all the fun little adventures that happened there. If you can't tell, I'm like really excited because I never really got to like share the full thing like in detail, and it was obviously a really like fun and rare opportunity that I had, so I'm like really excited to talk about all this. In my last video, I left off on how in like the next 2 weeks after I signed the contract, I would go to the COVID testings and also to the fitting and also to the shoot. I think now looking back, it's more like 3 to 4 weeks that all that happened. Basically, there were 3 events that happened that led up to the shoot. The first thing was the first PCR test, because this all happened early 2022. COVID is still, you know, kind of a big thing. So I went and got tested at a clinic that they provided. Basically, I got an email from the management team that was going to be working and overseeing the whole shoot process, and they gave me a date and several times that I could go over to a clinic in downtown LA and I would get a PCR test for free. And I had to go to that specific clinic because that's the one that they were working with, and I didn't know this at the time, but apparently I was getting paid to go do this, so that's a plus. And also, I didn't have to miss any school for this. Well, okay, technically I missed like a little bit of school, but like it didn't really matter because it was 5th period. Like I left during lunch to go take these tests. My mom would pick me up on her lunch break as well as mine. She would pick me up from school and we'd drive to downtown. They'd stick a thing up my nose, swab it, and then we drive back, grab lunch on the way back, and then I'd be back in school. I think I missed maybe like 10 or 20 minutes of 5th period, so it's not really a big deal. Anyways, that's the first of the 3 events, and the second event is the fitting, and the COVID test was actually for the fitting. Like that PCR test was to make sure I was clear of COVID so I could go to the fitting. The fitting is exactly what it sounds like. It's a fitting for clothes that you would wear during the shoot. And the guidelines that they gave me for this fitting was actually pretty interesting. They told me to bring a lot of my own clothes. Usually when you're hired for a project, the company you're working with would usually provide you with all the stuff that you need, like your clothes, accessories, whatever. Unless it's for a smaller company or a smaller project, they'd ask you to bring in your own stuff, like your own wardrobe. So it kind of surprised me that they asked me to bring in my own clothes, my own pants, my own shoes, all of that, because at this point I knew it was for Apple, and I was like, like, Apple's not gonna get the clothes for me because, you know, Apple's a pretty big company, but whatever. So I ended up bringing a suitcase, literally, like a full suitcase of some of my own outfits that I matched up myself. But as it turns out, they also had some clothes there as well. So what we ended up doing was like mix and matching my clothes with the clothes they already had there. There were a couple stylists there, and it was really fun getting to like work with people to pick out outfits. And this, very luckily, was a really fun shoot. It was like trendy clothes that they were going for because I guess they really wanted to like get in touch with like teens and what teens are wearing today. But anyways, let's actually backtrack a little to when I first got to the location of the fitting. It was held at a studio, but it was basically like a very big warehouse. However, it was like insulated and like air conditioned and all of that. So think like your garage, but like fancy and like 20 to 30 times bigger. When my mom and I first got there, we took a COVID test again before they let us enter the garage, and we actually waited there for like maybe a solid 30 minutes. Like we literally sat at like a waiting table because I guess everyone was busy with appointments before my time, even though I got there on time, but whatever. Here's a picture that I took from where I was sitting. You can see like my leg and my foot right there. I don't know if I was supposed to be like taking pictures, so I didn't like, you know, have my phone up and taking pictures like that. I probably wasn't supposed to be taking pictures. But anyways, I snuck one in, and this is like kind of what it looked like. I know it's a lot of floor, but you know what? That's the camera angle I got because I was trying to be a little sneaky with it. On the bottom right, you can see half of the suitcase I brought, as well as a backpack. I forgot to mention, I brought a whole ass backpack stuffed with clothes and another bag. Above that, there were like people sitting there at like little propped up tables, like typing away. I don't know what they were working on, but they were working on something. All the way far back, you can see kind of that there's like racks and racks of clothes, and that's for like all the talent that was gonna be working the shoot, right? And then you see there's kind of like a glowing box back there, and that's where we took the photos that I'll show you in a second. And then to the left, you can see there's more tables propped up there, and that was the manicure section, which I'll very happily talk about in a second. Moving on, like I said, that's kind of how it went. We got there, waited for 30 minutes, and then they called me in with the stylist. Basically, we dug around the suitcase, we pulled a couple things of my pieces that they liked, and then a couple things that they also liked from their collection. I don't remember exactly how many outfits I tried on before we found the final 2 that we liked, but I think it was maybe only like 3 or 4 outfits that I tried on total. Actually, maybe 5. Like 4 or 5 outfits that I tried on total. But anyways, here are the final 2. These pictures are probably a little blurry, but that's because I screenshotted them from an email flyer that had like everyone's picture on it. But these are the final 2 outfits. So this first outfit here, I think everything I'm wearing is mine. The shirt is mine, it's from Abercrombie. Those are corduroy flare pants. You can't really tell because it's blurry, but they're from Hollister. And then I'm wearing like platform white Converses. And for the second photo, you can't really tell because my hair is covering it, but I'm wearing like this, what do you call that? Like sage green like hoodie, but it's like sleeveless. I think that's from Brandy. And then the jeans are also like just flare low-rise jeans. I think they're also from Brandy. And the shoes are once again the same Converses. And the inside thing that they had me wear, I'll show you it in a second. Like I was saying, the inside thing that they had me wear, I literally have it right here with me. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like half a top, it's like cropped, and then there's like shoelace strings that you like tie and it makes like a thing. So yeah, all you could see though were the sleeves that were peeking out. They literally gave this to me. Like after the shoot, the lady was like, oh, do you think you'd wear this? Like if it was just part of your closet, do you think you'd wear it? And in my head, I was like, I don't know. But then like I didn't want to offend her, so I was like, yeah, probably. Like I think I could style it with stuff and make it work. And she was like, all right, you can keep it. And I was like, really? Because you know, you don't usually get to keep the clothes that you wear with you on set. But she was like, yeah, I mean, we're not really gonna do anything with it anyway, so yeah, you can have it. And I was like, okay, sweet, because I was like, okay, free clothes, and it's like kind of memorable and stuff. But then when I got home, I realized, and this like totally isn't relevant to the story time, this little thing, this like little tiny shirt with sleeves and literally shoelace tie strings. It's from Urban Outfitters, it's a size small, and it's $59. Are you kidding me? This is $59. I could get like a really nice pair of jeans with $59, and you're like, this is sheen material, Urban Outfitters. What the frick? But anyways, I got it for free, so. After we did the clothes fitting, I changed back into my normal clothes, and then they told me to go and wait to get my nails done, and I was so freaking beyond excited. If you don't know, I love nail polish. I always have my nails done. I do it myself. It's one of the few things I can actually be proud of, you know? Like, I love fun colors. I love sparkles. I love, like, not really nail art, because that takes up too much time and the results always look mid, but like, I love like textures or like visible textures on your nails, you know? When I got there, they said that they liked the nails that I had during the audition. And during the audition, I had gray nails with like gold flakes on them. But then we decided to switch it up a little bit. So instead we did gray nails with like silver glitter on them. Here's a picture of me getting them done. And here's a picture of the final product. It's not the best picture because the lighting was kind of bad, but you get the point. Also, side note, another thing that's not totally relevant to the story time, but something I would like to share anyways. The nail polish was literally Chanel nail polish. Like Chanel, you know, like the C's that cross in the middle, like not Gucci because that's G's, but like the C's, like the designer brand Chanel, like it was Chanel nail polish, and oh my goodness, I felt so bougie. Like literally the type of nail polish that I use is like the $3 one from Target, but there I was getting paid to get my nails painted. Like I was getting paid to get my nails painted. I didn't have to pay other people. I was getting paid to get my nails painted with Chanel nail polish. Oh my goodness. Okay, kind of a flex, you know? Anyways, that's just something I thought I'd mention. But yeah, honestly, that's it. So like after that, I just kind of hung around, waited for my nails to dry in case they got like messed up or something so then they could fix it, but they didn't. So after 10 to 15 minutes-ish, I left and that was it. The next event leading up to the shoot was another PCR test for the shoot. I took this one, I think 2 or 3 days before the shoot, and it was like the same thing. My mom picked me up during lunch, we went to the little clinic, they swabbed the thing up my nose, and then we left the clinic, and I went back to school. Okay, but now here comes the fun part, the day of the shoot.